Welcome to Frame by Frame, a series dedicated to the craft of filmmaking. Now I've got a question. Do you like the Terminator? Of course you do. You'd be a pansy if you didn't. And if there's one thing time-traveling cyborgs don't like, it's pansies. Now Terminator 1 and 2 are great films, standouts of the action genre for sure. But what do these films have in common with your typical action film? The answer's simple: set pieces. Okay, yeah, you can stop scratching your head. The term set piece gets thrown around a lot, I know, usually incorrectly. Generally speaking, though, set pieces are the complex action sequences in a film. They're the highlights, the spectacle. Think the destruction of the Death Star or the Titanic sinking. You know, big shit blowing up. The term got its name from a time when most films were shot on studio backlots. Sets were often recycled throughout various films to cut production costs. But when a sequence was so unique or grandiose that it required the construction of a new set, it was labeled, a set piece. Now today movies tend to shoot on location or in front of green screens with actors strung up like a bunch of asshole puppets. Yeah, look at that. Bunch of fun, huh? So the term's meaning has evolved too. Today it refers to the logistically complex visual centerpieces of a film. So a set piece doesn't have to involve the construction of a set anymore. They can be built, for example, entirely with CGI. But when you're making an action movie, what's important is that you have set pieces. You need them. They're what the audience is paying to see after all. I mean, most people, I hope, aren't watching talking raccoons for deep meditations on life.
That's a fake laugh.
It's real!
But what makes for a great set piece? Well, generally 3 things. 1, it must have escalating stakes. 2, it should be organic to the plot. And 3, it should be high concept, meaning it should be original, something you haven't seen before. Now everyone agrees Terminator 1 and 2 are action movie gold. So let's break down 2 memorable set pieces from these films to see how well they meet this criteria. Let's start with the original Terminator, directed by James Cameron, specifically the police station shootout. Now let me set this up a bit. Sarah Connor and Kyle Reese have been picked up by the police after a gunfight involving the Terminator. Kyle tries to convince the cops that there's a cyborg sent from the future to kill Sarah's unborn son. Cue detectives laughing their asses off, until the Terminator shows up, looking for Sarah. The desk sergeant tells the Terminator to f*** off, thinking he's just some big Austrian idiot. To which the Terminator responds,
I'll be back.
Now being a man of the past, the sergeant didn't know that was Terminator speak for I'm gonna ram a town car straight up your ass. What follows would make the NWA proud. So as I said before, there are 3 qualities that make a great set piece. The first is escalating stakes. Does the threat to the protagonist increase into the resolution of the scene? Well, let's break down the shootout to see if director James Cameron follows this pattern. So the action kicks off with the Terminator crashing into the precinct. From there it starts killing cops by the bushel. I think, yeah, we can agree Sarah's in some danger now. But she can escape, right? Wrong. The lieutenant tells her to stay put.
Stay here.
And locks her in the interrogation room. What a dick. Now Sarah's not only defenseless, she's trapped. Kyle too. So her only real hope is for the cops to stop the Terminator. But as we watch the carnage, it's pretty clear the police are as good as dead. So Sarah's boxed in and helpless. Her only chance now is that the killing machine doesn't find her. Well, guess what? It does. At least we think it does until Cameron reveals it's Kyle there to save the day. Classic misdirection. But that's the formula. Cameron constantly increases the threat to the protagonist, putting Sarah in more and more danger every second, making this scene a textbook example of escalating stakes. But is this scene organic to the story? I mean, does it make sense for this to happen in terms of the plot? Well, let's think about it. Sarah and Kyle were involved in a high-speed car chase in the scene prior, not to mention a gunfight in a busy nightclub. Things you know that might attract police attention. and it's plausible that the Terminator saw the police take Sarah away. It was present when the cops surrounded her and Kyle, after all. I can also buy Kyle sneaking Sarah out of the building. He's a war vet from the future, for one. Plus, his two obstacles for escape, the cops and the Terminator, are preoccupied shooting the Christ out of each other.
Hey!
So is this all believable, and does it mesh well into the plot? Definitely. Now for our final qualifier. Can we define this scene as high concept? I mean, is the idea behind it unique, tension-grabbing all on its own? Well, let's see. Cyborg from the future walks into a police precinct and kills every single cop inside. Yeah, I can say I've probably never seen that in a movie before. It's a great holy shit moment. So is this scene high concept? Damn right it is. Which means this set piece meets all three qualifiers, on top of being incredibly badass. And for our grand finale, I bring you Terminator 2 Judgment Day. We're gonna focus on the truck chase set piece post the Cyberdyne shootout. My god, try saying that twice. Basically, the T-1000 hijacks a truck filled with liquid nitrogen and pursues our heroes into a nearby steel mill. So question numero uno. Does this scene have escalating stakes? Well, let's see. First, our heroes are being pursued by a vehicle that's like 3 times the size of their own. If it rams them hard enough, Sarah and the gang are toast. Bad news already. Then the Terminator loses its grenade launcher. Good luck stopping the tanker now. Next, the Terminator jumps ship to combat the T-1000, leaving Sarah and John even more vulnerable. Even worse, the tanker flips and our heroes meanwhile careen into a piece of machinery. Now they're not just injured, they're immobilized, and the tanker's sliding right for them. Now just like the last scene, here comes the misdirection. The liquid nitrogen from the burst tanker freezes the T-1000. Then everyone's favorite cyborg shoots Captain Ice Dick to bits.
Hasta la vista, baby.
Bad guy's dead, cue credits. Yeah, well, until the heat from the molten steel thaws the T-1000 out, and our expectations are subverted again. But, just like the last set piece, this scene's tension builds over time. So yeah, I think we can definitely check the box on escalating stakes. Now, one of our 3 qualifiers concerns how organic a set piece is. And of the 2 scenes, this one's the least organic. I mean, come on. The T-1000 accidentally found a truck carrying one of the few substances on Earth that could destroy it. It's a stretch. Even more so when the chase leads into a damn steel mill. Thank God there's all this superheated metal around to reanimate the villain 2 seconds after he's frozen. So does the setup for this scene feel believable? I vote no. But does this set piece qualify as high concept? Well, think about it. A truck full of liquid nitrogen crashes into a steel mill, freezing liquid metal robot. Frozen robot is shot, exploding all over steel mill, only to thaw from the steel's heat and reassemble before our very eyes. It's an extreme example of high concept. Matter of fact, it's obvious the scene was contrived to make that all happen. Cameron wanted to show the T-1000 freeze, explode, then resurrect. So he lumped together an improbable situation that would allow for it to happen. But I don't blame him at all. It's great imagery, and a showcase of his visual effects team's groundbreaking work. So is this set piece high concept? Brother, it's the definition of it. So that's it. 3 simple steps to making a brilliant set piece. Just build some escalating stakes, fit it organically into your plot, and make it uniquely high concept. Easy, right? Well, most action films include 5 to 6 such sequences, which means approximately 2 per act in a 3-act film, most of which are written before anything else in a script. Why? Because it's the quality of these set pieces which often gets action scripts sold. Yeah, no pressure, right? Well, don't get discouraged. Just lighten up, smile, and remember, practice makes perfect.
That's good. Maybe you could practice in front of a mirror or something.
Thank you for watching, ladies and gentlemen, and make sure to subscribe to this channel, Film Theory, for more fantastic film-related content. And if you'd like to check out the last frame-by-frame episode on Mad Max, click the frame to the left. Or if you'd like to check out a Film Theory episode on Hitman Agent 47, click the frame to the right. And as always, my name is Kyle, and this has been Frame by Frame.